Welcome back to continue the second part of Section 1. Regarding issues we discussed in the first part, we need to break the constraint of all kinds of county-level rankings. Taking the development regions as the reference, we put forward a county economic development idea based on the new structural economics. Take advantage of every county endowment, different from the previous two trends of development economics. The new structural economics advocates that we should start from what the economy has in the development at this moment, namely factor endowment. Make a plan of what can be done on this basis, namely comparative advantage, and do what can be done even better and make the advantage even bigger, so as to achieve the goal of gradually catching up with or even surpassing the developed counties. Different from the research paradigm that takes developed countries as the benchmark to analyze the factors and results of development and transformation, the new structural economics research paradigm that emphasizes the methods and process of development and transformation is more practical and more objective. It analyzes the causes of the economic phenomena and proposes pragmatic countermeasures. Different from China County Level Comprehensive Competitiveness Evaluation Index, under the guidance of the mainstream development trend. County economic development, from the perspective of new structural economics, tracks the path of transformation and upgrading of various economies with the development method process orientation. The basic approach is shown in Figure 2. If we start with the factor endowment of each county at a certain time, engage in activities that conform to the comparative advantage determined by endowment structure. The activities will have the most surplus, and it will be best for the endowment structure upgrading. When the endowment structure is upgraded, the comparative advantages change, and we engage in more advanced activities that conform to changed comparative advantages. In this way, the economic structure will be smoothly transformed and upgraded baby step by baby step. This approach that conforms to comparative advantages may seem slow and frustrating for economy development of poverty-stricken county. But in fact, this approach is the fastest way to accumulate capital and improve the factor endowment structure. Moreover, as long as we can get access to the technologies that have already been developed by more developed county economies and are still being applied there, enter this kind of industry, the industrial structure can be upgraded even faster. Through this comparison, we can find that the development factors are only objects chosen by the development approach, and the development result is only the end of the development process. We'll take China County Level Comprehensive Competitiveness Evaluation Index to do further illustration. In Figure 3, taking Kunshan of Jiangsu Province and Hejian of Hebei Province as examples and using the mainstream X-theory paradigm. In 2006 and 2010, according to the standard of the most developed counties, among the 200 sample county economies, Kunshan ranked first and Hejian ranked 189. According to the traditional practice, there is a huge gap between Hejian and Kunshan in terms of many indicators, so Hejian must take Kunshan as its reference. However, we believe that the key is not to evaluate the performance of each county's economic development. Performance is the result, but depends on how to achieve the performance. Approach is the process. The fundamental reason why Kunshan ranks top among all counties is that it has realized the continuous transformation and upgrading favored by the new structural economics, while Hejian is still on the way of continuous transformation. The development strategy of Hejian should not be the total imitation of Kunshan. Instead, Hejian should adopt the suitable development path according to its own factor endowment, actively play the leading and guiding role of the facilitating government in the context of effective market, and continuously promote its own economic structure transformation and upgrading. By using the theory of new structural economics, we can build a concise and highly operational framework of China's county development strategy. County condition, factor endowment, strategy, comparative advantage, tactics, guidance. Table 1, which is how to formulate appropriate development strategy and policies according to a county's condition. County condition refers to the factor endowment of a county, including the development stage of county economy. Location characteristics, natural resources, human resources, material resources, technical resources, development foundation, industrial foundation, historical features, and cultural characteristics. According to the new structural economics, what industries a region can develop and the technology level of a region depends on its factor endowment and the endowment structure. Only by choosing the industrial structure and production technology in line with their factor endowment at every stage of economic development can it have the enterprise vitality and be the most competitive, so as to create the largest surplus and promote the capital accumulation of the economy. Improve the factor endowment structure, and then promote the transformation and upgrading of the economic structure. Therefore, from the characteristics of county endowment structure comes the appropriate development strategy and the corresponding tactical measures. Strategy, that is, how to develop the strategic positioning and strategic framework that conform to the local endowment conditions in a specific time. Only when the potential comparative advantage development strategy that conforms to the local endowment conditions in a specific time is applied can the local factor endowment be fully made use of. Hence, we get higher returns. The accumulation of factor endowment is the fastest. The ability to attract foreign factors is the strongest. So, the speed of transformation and upgrading is optimized. In plain English, this kind of development mode is to run in small steps. Otherwise, there will be adverse effect. And the more haste, the less speed. Therefore, the application of development strategy of comparative advantage is the fundamental way to success for a county. In specific, the development strategy positioning of a county should be determined comprehensively, according to its development stage in a specific time period. Once the development strategy positioning is determined, it will lead all aspects of the development and reform of the county and fundamentally determine the development path and results. The successful development strategies of many counties and towns in China are never groundless, but always have their basis or foundations. And the strategies are full of diversity, rather than complete imitation. The basic law behind the county economic development is the basic proposition of new structural economics. Start from what each region has, factor endowment. On this basis, assist the entrepreneurs to better develop the industry that can perform well, comparative advantage, in the market economy, and gradually realize the development. Tactics, that is, how the government implements specific measures according to the development strategic direction and strategic framework. The county-level government plays an active role in the development of county economy in the economic takeoff stage. As mentioned above, different counties have different factor endowments in terms of development stage, location characteristics, natural resources, human resources, material resources, technical resources, industrial foundation, historical features, and cultural characteristics. Their development strategic positioning, strategic direction, and strategic framework in line with their comparative advantages are also different. As the strategy is long-term and comprehensive, comprehensively planned in the form of the 5-year plan, and report on the work of the government to implement specific strategic goals in both comprehensive and special plans. A series of specific policy measures are needed, such as industrial policies, enterprise cultivation measures, investment attraction measures, talent measures, financial measures, opening up measures, innovation measures, industrial or value chain measures, and soft and hard infrastructure measures. These specific policies are required both by comprehensive and special plans. They seem to have different names, and indeed, different development strategies require different sets and combinations of specific measures. It should be noted that, especially at the county level, due to the clearer factor endowment structure, endowment support condition is relatively limited. So are the types of industries conforming to the latent comparative advantages. Policies and measures ignoring the specific factor endowments. Industrial structure characteristics and technique bottlenecks will not work but is harmful. Other initiatives and measures must also focus on specific industries that have the latent comparative advantages, such as enterprise cultivation measures, investment promotion and capital introduction measures, talent measures, financial measures, open up measures, innovation measures, the industrial chain or value chain, and hard and soft infrastructure measures. All these measures should match the characteristics of a certain industry in the certain region, so that they can effectively solve the corresponding problems. Otherwise, it will be like going for wool and coming home shorn. That's all for Section 1. Thank you.